Shalom. This is Nazama Shal Hamada Bar Yasharal on my channel Nazama the Hebrew Mystic Healer. Before I get started with the video, I would like to first show some love to my 3D kin, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites scattered to the four corners of this third dimensional earth plane of existence. Much love and shalom to you. I would also like to show some love to my cosmic kin, the Nibiru, the primordial dragons, the Anunnaki starseeds scattered to the 12 dimensions of this universal cosmic egg matrix. Much love and shalom to you. I would also like to show some gratitude and appreciation to my viewers, especially those of you who are subscribed. If you're not yet subscribed, please do so now, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any amazing content. Also, if you like this video, please show me by giving it a like. It does help. Thank you. Today I'm going to be discussing Sirius C starseeds. So I know that I haven't actually covered Sirius yet on my channel, aside from a couple brief disclosures of some of my own Sirian DNA or ancestry. But I want to go ahead and touch on this. Now, I'm going to be speaking specifically about the original Sirians of Sirius C, and not about the Nibiru, or what many call Anunnaki or Anunnaki presence there, because I have a separate video that talks about the Nibiru or Anunnaki of Draco, Orion, and Sirius. So if you do believe yourself to be a Nibiru or Anunnaki or Anunnaki starseed, definitely check out that video, because this video is going to be dealing with the other Sirians that I have found in client records present within Sirius C, which is within the Canis Major constellation. So just a little bit of background on Sirius C before I dive into the character traits, the appearance, the attributes, and the influences of Sirius C within one's cosmic blueprint or starseed placements. So basically, Sirius C is a very lesser known placement. In fact, most astronomers did not even know, and I'm talking about modern astronomers, not ancient astronomers. Most modern astronomers did not even know that Sirius C existed, because it was sort of hidden and faded in the background. They knew of Sirius A, they knew of Sirius B, but not Sirius C. But do you know who did know about Sirius C? The Dogon tribe of West Africa. And the reason they knew about Sirius C is that they were taught information by the Nomo who came down. Many of the Nomo were actually hybridized Nibiru, but also there were some that were not. But basically they were the amphibian water aquatic species, primarily of Sirius B, but also Sirius A. So basically they taught them the wisdom of the stars in relation to Sirius within the Canis Major constellation. That's how they knew. And that is why other astronomers from other cultures did not know, because these people were visited by the Nomo specifically. So what does Sirius C bring out? What are the influences of Sirius C? Well, based on what I've seen, Sirius C beings they come in a variety of different types of quote-unquote species or types of energy currents within that soul star expression. I would say primarily, with what I found, has been elemental and quote-unquote angelic beings, or what I like to call the L's. But basically these types of more higher vibrational, celestial, and or elemental beings. Also, I've seen some avian presence as well there. I've also seen some hominin presence, but I've only seen it in 1 or 2 clients, and it hasn't been prevalent. So Primarily, what I've seen are, like I said, angelic and or elemental beings there. There is this etheric, light, airy, almost vapor thin energy to this particular placement. In fact, the people who either have begun their journey in this universe, in this star, or have incarnated there at some other point within their incarnation cycle, have that quality to them, this etheric, almost barely there type energy. And it's very high vibrational, can even be spacey to a degree. And usually there's this healing energy, but they're the type of healers that are in the background. They're not in the forefront. And they really deal more with distance healing, with intercessory type work. And what intercessory work is it's basically the ability to connect and heal by accessing somebody's, soul blueprint or their energy bodies or their etheric body or astral body from a distance, and being able to basically send, or direct healing energy to them. So these people really do well with different types of energy healing, especially distance healing. So they would do well in different forms of Reiki or different forms of angelic healing, especially those that have angelic incarnations within this particular star placement. Another thing is they may be very well adept at astral projection and remote viewing specifically. Also, they may have a very easy access point or very close connection to either celestial, elemental, or angelic beings, specifically within that region, but in a very general sense as well. So this going back to them having an easier time basically accessing those particular realms because they've descended from those particular realms. And so they really thrive at that level of healing. Also, I feel like these people do really well within the elements of spirit or akash and air, airway frequencies. So I feel like sound healing, both for themselves and others, would also be very beneficial for them. And as I already mentioned, doing that sort of distance healing, remote viewing, remote projection, astral projection. And also, I really feel like they would do really well with not only different types of sound healing, but also different types of mental guided meditations and techniques, or healing through mental guided meditation techniques as well. So, in a nutshell, these people have qualities of not really, like I said, standing out in the forefront. They're more behind the scenes people. They're more quiet. They're more etheric. They can't handle heavy energy or a lot of density. Sometimes they can struggle with being able to manifest in the physical realm, especially when they get into financial areas. And this is because they really originally came from a very high resonant type realm. And so it's very hard for them to really kind of attune into a lower density field. So basically, as I mentioned before, they will typically either have an angelic or what I like to call L form, and it'll be kind of energy based, or it can even look like geometric shapes to a degree, or basically these light form type beings with their bodies almost seem like they're literally made of light. They can be elemental as well, and various types of elemental beings, more so dealing with, again, the element of spirit or air, and to an extent water, but more so spirit and air. Now, in a general sense, Sirius is very connected to water and very connected to the feminine energy, and so that's always going to be prevalent with any Sirian. One more thing I'd like to add is that Sirians are the kind of people they're not extreme, but they won't necessarily show all of the cards they have in their hand. What I mean by this is, to those whom they consider themselves close to those whom they consider trustworthy, they're all in. You know, they're very loving, warm, trusting people, and they'll be there for you. And they're very solid to the earth in the sense of how they relate to other people, especially like in a one-on-one or within a family unit. Now, not saying that they're not, specifically the Sirius seeds, not saying that they're not kind of etheric or prone to being spacey or living in their head or living in the spiritual realm to a degree. So I'm not saying that isn't there. But when it comes to their family units and their close friends, very solid to the earth people, very trustworthy and very trusting, but they have a hard time trusting everybody. These people also have a very wry sense of humor, and they can even make kind of off-colored or even jabby-like jokes as well. They will usually, Sirians in general, will have a connection to any of the following beings. And again, this also has to do with their specific soul blueprint. So Sirians in general may be drawn, attracted to, or even have an aversion to, depending on the level of shadow repression they have in their records, the following types of beings: whales, dolphins, porpoises, fish, frogs, serpents, birds, wolves, and jackals. So if you have a very intense aversion, also I want to throw in jaguars, lions, large cats as well, because there are also feline type races in certain areas of Sirius, specifically dealing with Sirius A. So I haven't seen any in Sirius C as of yet, but I wanted to throw in some of the more general traits and associations with Sirius, just in case that helped you connect more to the constellation and what it brings out and what it has to offer. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be putting out more Sirius videos. Sirius A and Sirius B are on the way, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like this video and share. Come visit my healing page, facebook.com, The Hebrew Mystic Healer, all one word. The link for my healing page is in the drop-down menu of this video. Full descriptions of services are in the pinned post on my healing page. You can book any service ranging from retro-cosmic akashic record readings, akashic portraits, draconic needle starseed charts, spirit releasement, intuitive guidance, angelic healing, Asui Reiki, and more by simply clicking on the blue Book Now button. Also, don't forget to check out Patreon. Do not miss out on the techniques and guided meditations for psychic and spiritual protection, ancestral healing, advanced shadow work, activating your light Merkaba, connecting with your soul family, light language activation, recalling past lives, activating major and minor chakra points, and much more. The link for Patreon is in the drop-down menu. Thank you for your support. Stay tuned for the next video.